Lookman with a hat-trick. Bayer Leverkusen's unbeaten run ends in the Europa League final. A disastrous evening for the Spaniard and the Germans. A brilliant night for Atalanta. And listen, the forgotten man in many ways, Lookman, born in South London, comes through the Charlton Academy. Doesn't quite go for him at Everton, and then he's kind of moving around a little bit, and he finally settled at 26 years of age. And what a performance in a final. What a dazzling display. Beautiful goals. A hat-trick to boot. And I did hear the commentator say the first hat-trick in the Europa League stroke UEFA Cup final, and it was a beauty. His first goal, majestic, loses his man at the far post. The second, he picks it up nicely, cuts inside, bang. And the third was just an absolute thing of beauty into that top corner. And that is a legendary making final performance. Just 2 goals in Europe for Atalanta before tonight. Just 4 goals in Europe in his entire career. And he bangs it in, an historic, memorable, beautiful, absolutely scintillating hat-trick in this final. And look, Atalanta in the semi-finals against Liverpool were astonishingly good. It was the semi-finals they played them in, right? Or am I getting that wrong now? Let me just go back and see if I'm going crazy here. No, sorry, the quarterfinals. The quarterfinals, they absolutely dominated and dispatched of Liverpool with ease. And everybody kind of wrote them off again. Then when they, the semi-finals, they had Marseille, and they won that 4-0 over 2 legs. They've been very, very good in this knockout stages of this tournament. Of course, they got to the Italian Cup final as well. Gasperini has had them playing some beautiful, beautiful stuff. And still, though, a lot of people wrote them off. And I understand why people kind of wrote them off for this final. I do sort of get it. Bayer Leverkusen have been an absolute revelation this season. And I have seen people already on socials laughing at Leverkusen, laughing at Alonso. Listen, they, irrespective of what happens in the German Cup final this weekend, it has been a phenomenal campaign for them. Today was just one step too far, and some people will say they didn't turn up tonight, Leverkusen. Some will say they got it wrong. My view, which is Atalanta were better in every phase of play. No matter what was going on, they were better. It was as simple and as straightforward as that for me. That's it. They were just better. They defended resolutely. They didn't have a lot of the ball, so you could argue they lost the midfield battle, but they weren't trying to win it. They contained Leverkusen. They contained Leverkusen. What I saw too often, and it was because they ran out of ideas, they could not play their way through Atalanta. They were knocking really blind balls into the channels, and it wasn't coming off for them. They weren't creating gilt-edged chances. They didn't look like scoring at all. And this isn't a moment where you go, oh, have they found a chink in the armor of Alonso? No, it was just a very good night from Gasperini and a very good night from Atalanta. I don't think it should be overanalyzed from is Alonso really a fraud? No, he's just gone invincible in the Bundesliga. If he wins the cup final on Saturday, he goes invincible domestically, which still makes it a historic and a phenomenal season. But I just want to congratulate Atalanta out of this world good tonight as a collective team. Lookman with just the final to end all finals. I don't know. I'm actually going to Google something now. Who has scored a hat-trick in a European Cup final? I hope it might just show Adam Lookman's hat-trick is the 6th to be scored in a final of a major UEFA competition. Okay, that's already up on the New York Times as of right now. I'm not too sure who the others are, but it's the 6th time it's been done. First time I remember witnessing it. But some of these, like Puskas has done. Just looking here, who else has done it in the final? Oh, Ronaldo's obviously done it, I assume. Puskas did it in 62. Stefano did it for Real Madrid. It was done in the 60s for AC Milan by I want to pronounce it right, Preti. Who else did it here? European Champions League. So it's not been done by very many people at all. When you actually look at it, it's crazy. I mean, that's Champions League. I'm sure it's been done in the UEFA Cup. Well, they said it wasn't. I'll have to get the stats on that. If someone can find the stats, put it in the comment section. But either way, what Lookman did tonight was nothing short of sensational. I'm going to bring out Saad. I'm going to bring out Husam. I remembered his name. And Judge Mo are here to talk to us. But we do want to get your views. We do want to get your opinions. I love how people in the comments are, I'd love to sign Lookman. Listen, I would also say this, as brilliant as it was, don't be going crazy just yet, because none of you wanted him before this final. So that's yeah. Listen, praise him, but I don't know about that. Mo's here, Husam is here, Saad is here. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Mo, I'm going to come to you first. Your fellow Italians went and did it. Did you expect that tonight?
Not 3-0. Absolutely not. And not that performance from Lookman, to be honest. Atalanta, just Inter smashed Atalanta this season. They're a good team and a cup team. They're very good. And there is someone here that is absolutely bitter, Husam. They could have been there. The Liverpool could have been in this fight. Why you're doing this? But anyway, Atalanta, Gasperini.
Don't make it about me, bro. Can you congratulate Atalanta?
It is definitely about Liverpool. It's definitely about Liverpool. You were the people that's supposed to win.
Atalanta has more European cups than Arsenal. That's crazy.
Okay. Anyway, long story short, Atalanta, Terry. That's. I want to just say one thing here before we even talk about anything. The coach Gasperini, who this is what we're talking about someone who comes in on a club, knows the expectation. This is what people don't realize. This guy went to Atalanta and they weren't even a contender. And I think they qualified for Champions League numerous times over the past seasons, right? They came second or third in the league. He plays a style of play. He doesn't get a big budget, but he has a style of play that I think is embedded even in the youth teams. And this guy, people say he's a tactician. He went to Inter. That's the difference between someone who goes to a big club like Inter, plays, I think, 8 games and gets sacked because he didn't win enough. They sacked him 8 games in. They just sacked the guy. And then he goes to Atalanta.
20 years ago, though.
No, not 20 years ago, about 10 years ago or 11, 12 years ago. He's still old. The guy's he's 60 years old. He still had experience. The difference is, this is what happens when you give somebody stability at a club. This is what some clubs need to look at this and say, this guy consistently have gotten this team, right, in cups. He won cups with them. He went to the Champions League. He went to the Champions League. Stability, people. Look at the style of play. You don't have to have the ball all the time. Look at how it's effective. Look at Scamacca, failed at West Ham. He had a magnificent season this year with Atalanta. He's going to the Euros. This guy, Gasperini, finally gets his flowers. I'm happy for him, even though I didn't like him at my club because we are not in the process. But maybe Chelsea fans, you guys need to look at this and say, maybe you need to learn from this. Maybe you need stability. Maybe that's what you need. You need to be patient. This is what people don't realize. You need to be patient.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously they have got that stability with him. He's been there since 2016. The size of their club, he's done a good job. I watched them for many years now. Atalanta have played nice football. For many years, they've been a team that plays nice football. But obviously, I mean, I assume size of their club, the income, they lose a lot of their better players, and that's their model. But what they do have is a model where Gasperini understands that he's not going to be able to hold on to his players forever, and he's accepting of it. And that's where you look at other clubs in recent weeks. You look at De Zerbi and Brighton, and they're not a match made in heaven anymore because De Zerbi's like, no, I want to do something else. And you need managers like Gasperini in football because I know there's this idea of everybody should be uber ambitious. I used to think that as a younger man, but then I realized if everybody had the same level of ambition, who's gonna in football? Who's gonna manage the smaller clubs?
And we'll be second managers every 2 weeks then.
Yeah, you would, or managers would be quitting and leaving because their minds would be elsewhere because they want more and they want better. So it's really good to see somebody along, of this level do it. From your point of view, Husam, they always say it's better to be knocked out by the team that goes on to win it. It's kind of a thing that's always been said in sport. Are you feeling bitter today, or are you feeling happy for Atalanta?
I feel indifferent. I couldn't care less, to be honest with you. I'm just here to give my football opinion and not to get trolled by Mo, the fraud. Anyway, here's the thing. I have to say the reason why Atalanta are Europa League champions is Gasperini. 100%. He outcoached Klopp. He outcoached Xabi Alonso today. Tactically, he got it 100% spot on. I mean, Leverkusen were not like unlucky or something today. They didn't even create any chances. They didn't create any, like, what's a clear-cut opportunity that all of us can sit here and go like, oh, wow, Leverkusen created this clear-cut chance or that clear-cut chance. None, to be honest with you. I don't even remember Leverkusen creating anything. So I think with Atalanta, 100% credit has to go to Gasperini. He just cooked everyone. He absolutely cooked everyone. He outcoached everyone. He outclassed everyone just from a purely like X's and O's tactical perspective, and he ended up winning today. The massive credit as well goes to, because I recognize the individual performances, to Lookman. What the hell did I just watch from Ademola Lookman? I have no idea. It felt like I was watching Ronaldinho today. I just don't know what the hell he ate before the game, what the hell he drank before the game. He needs to do that again. Do that again every game, because it clearly worked. Because the guy absolutely cooked. And we have to give him credit. Lookman today came out. The third goal, that was on his weak foot. He just dribbled past the guy and just shot it with his weak foot, like top corner. Like, you cannot stop that right there. I think Atalanta defensively, just from a purely tactical perspective, were incredible. And me, from a Liverpool perspective, it doesn't matter whether I was knocked out by the team that won it or the team that didn't win it. Liverpool Football Club should be winning the Europa League regardless, because we have more quality than both teams. But we didn't win it, and it's a disappointment. But we spoke about this like 3 rounds ago. This is the final. And we have to say congratulations to Atalanta. This is the first, actually, we're talking about 2 managers here who have made history for their football club, because this is Atalanta's first ever major trophy since 1964 or 1963.
Wow.
I checked this today. And Leverkusen, of course, winning the Bundesliga this season was their first ever Bundesliga title. So both managers made history. You see what it means to the Atalanta fans. I'm very happy for them. They done really well. Gasperini outcoached them, and they deserve to win at the end of the day. Leverkusen were just toothless, so toothless today. Just possession with nothing on the end of it, and they got killed on the counterattack. That's just genuinely what happened.
Atalanta can go have the parade at Liverpool, and Jurgen Klopp can stand there. That's the goodbye parade for Jurgen Klopp, instead of the one that you should have had for Europa League. 100%, Husam. You wanted a parade? You can have Atalanta. You can claim Atalanta.
Gasperini, la 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 la.
Why are you doing this, Husam? It's a failure. You failed to win Europa League. We're the final. Bayer Leverkusen got smashed 3-0.
Hey,
Why you're like this, bro? It's okay. Accept it.
You know what I was thinking though? Sort of similarly, we had that super chat on Straight Facts earlier on today. Is Bayer Leverkusen's treble the best treble ever? That's the problem with that kind of talk before the treble is done. Is it's a futile conversation now. So at least I haven't got to worry about somebody putting their treble above Manchester United's. However, Saad, they could still be considered to do a better invincible season than Arsenal.
No, I don't think so.
If they do the double this weekend, because it's 2 trophies rather than 1.
Yeah, no. If they do the double, then yes, it is. But if it's just the League One, I don't think so, because we played more games than them. I understand they got less draws than us, but we played more games as well.
They can't help that. There's less teams.
I'm gonna tell you the difference. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you the difference.
My logic, and that's why it's not gonna change. Yeah,
that's whatever makes you sleep at night.
Leave me alone. Yeah, lets me sleep at night. 100%.
They were the underdogs in the Bundesliga. That's the difference. You were the favorites to win the league. They were the under. It's like Leicester doing an invincible, for example. Bayer Leverkusen weren't supposed to win the Bundesliga, but they won it invincible. We have the same energy for everybody. If you're favorites, well, that is not as impressive as if you're an underdog. They were underdog, but listen, the Bundesliga is not as tough.
The thing is, I'm just gonna say that. Listen, the teams that we were coming up against. Anyway, I don't even want to talk about it. I actually want to speak about the game.
Go on.
I think.
Now, Saad, that's crazy. Why didn't you have the same energy when they were talking about Liverpool?
No, because you actually got dunked on by this team. You got dunked on.
Guys, let me just interject. I want to get back to the game, but before we do that, breaking news: Vincent Kompany is about to be announced as a new Bayern Munich manager.
I actually think he's gonna cook.
It's gonna be
It's
an
a
interesting-
weird one, but I actually think he's gonna cook there
Same.
if he has good players.
Isn't it
behind
funny,
him.
right? Isn't it funny how good he was in the championship? Came bottom or second bottom of the league this year, but for some weird reason, people rate him more than they rate De Zerbi.
I know why.
Yeah, but that's
Because
Burnley.
he plays a nice style of football. He's Man City through and through,
They
and
both do.
all this sentimental thing, and he's Man City legend and the PR and all the stuff.
Okay.
But to be honest, credit to him. He stuck to his principles and he relegated Burnley, and then he's leaving them. Yeah, credit to him.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Sard, back to tonight's game. I want to announce as we're talking. What are you saying, Sard?
Sorry, I don't know why Mo's making him sound like an arsehole. Man said he just relegated Burnley and just left them. It's all good. Listen, today's game, like Husam said, like Husam said, Gasperini, it was absolutely brilliant game from him. I think Atalanta were literally beating them on everything. They were so sloppy, Leverkusen, on the ball, like the passes that they were making, misplacing passes, giving the possession back to Atalanta every single time. And it was just so sloppy from them. They looked so leggy. And after winning the title, you'd expect them to get motivation from that, say, yo, we can really do this treble. Or it's second treble. I don't think it's the official treble, but they can do this small treble with the Europa League, and they could have really gone in for all of these trophies and gone and won them, bro. Use it as motivation. And it looks like today they came out in this game with no motivation to play. They just came there and said, we're going to put out the lackluster performance and we'll just ride it through and we'll get a goal. We'll get a goal eventually. They didn't realize that Atalanta are a serious team. If you look at the run that they've actually had coming up to this, they played Amorim, they played Jurgen Klopp, and they played Marseille, who have actually been good in this tournament.
Yeah.
It's not been an easy run.
I was looking at that. They played Atalanta twice, drew with them, and beat them away. Sorry, they played Sporting Lisbon twice, beat them away from home as well. So you think they came into this game maybe a little bit overconfident?
100% they did. You could see they were just way too calm on the ball and just trying to pass it around way too easy, making stupid mistakes and thinking, "Oh, it's all good." Florian Wirtz misplaces the pass. Oh, it's fine. I'm just gonna jog back, bro. You should be sprinting back for that. And I know that he's vexed, Xabi Alonso, because I've seen him certain times at half time, bro. This guy is fuming when he goes in at half time. If they're losing, he's fuming. So I know he's screaming at them. So I don't know why these guys have come out today.
The media that put in their mind, yes sir. The media put in their mind that already won it when Liverpool got knocked out.
Yeah.
Since Liverpool got knocked out, people started talking about a treble already for Xabi Alonso. The guy is not even in the final yet, and the players fit that. And it was shot today that I saw Atalanta players losing the ball and sprinting back to get into position, and Bayer Leverkusen were overconfident. That's what tells you in football, you have to work hard. Nothing is being given to you because you are the favorites. It's
nothing's guaranteed.
Nothing is guaranteed in football. You have to work hard for it. Same Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp, it looked like they were confident against Atalanta, and Atalanta whipped them, right? It's as simple as that. Like, you need to give to football. Football is not going to give you anything without hard work. This is the difference today. It's not the quality is there because we know that the quality at Leverkusen is very good. We know these guys, the Frimpong, the Wirtz, they are very good quality. As good as, maybe better than the Skamakas, better than Lookman, better than these guys. But these guys worked hard. These guys didn't. It's a simple.
And also Zappa Costa today was incredible, bro. Just the runs that he was making, everything, bro. The tackles. I think he was incredible today.
Chelsea fans are gonna claim it now.
Obviously, but it just listen, it's so interesting watching people that you look at Lookman who didn't quite make it in England and he's born here. Zappa Costa was out there, and there's other players, and you just sort of think.
Kolasinac, Terry. Kolasinac looked all right.
This is why it's horses for courses, and it just because you could see Rashford leave Man United this summer, go to Spain and start scoring goals, doing 20-goal seasons every year. We saw Forlan do it when he left. You had the likes of Veron that joined Man United as a world-class player, flopped, went to Chelsea, flopped, left and was excellent again. It's just, and we've seen it more recently because more English players leave our shores. There are English players, and maybe Lookman is one of them, that Italian football is what's best for him as an example. It's where they, where he comes alive. And I think that there is a fundamental difference between leagues in terms of how they set up and how they play. So
just on that, then this question needs to be asked. Jadon Sancho, is he made to play in the Bundesliga? Because when he plays in the Bundesliga, he looks like a completely different player. When he was in,
that's what Terry's talking about. Yeah, some players are made for different systems.
Let me answer the question. Sorry, let me answer that question. The answer is potentially, and the reason I say that is this: the one caveat for him, and as well back Sancho, is that he came into a Man United team that became dysfunctional straight away, not necessarily because of him, and we're awfully run. I would love to see Jadon Sancho given a chance in an England team, hopefully Man United, with a good structure and a good coach and a good atmosphere. But then you'd know. But let's just say he leaves Man United, stays at Dortmund 2 years, and then Arsenal bought him. I use Arsenal as the example. And then he comes back to it, and Arsenal are flying, and he joins, and then he has 2 years at Arsenal that are like his Man United time. Then I think you'd have that answer. Equally, if he never returns to England, maybe he then realizes, you know what? This league is best for me. And you know what? I've got no qualms with that. If you know a certain league suits you and your style and your personality better, go there. Be successful. Why go and work somewhere? Why go and try and perform somewhere that isn't meant for you? And they say, it's interesting seeing players that are considered Premier League flops, but it works in reverse. You've seen players like Kai Havertz come to England and say it's so different here, and it's taken him time to kind of adapt to it and be himself. There are others who thrive in the English league. It's not about where you're from. It's just you as a character. Let's look at some of these comments that have come in here. First one says, just remember Orignal was in this Atalanta side. Yeah, he was, and he very well rated. So was Ahmad. This is what they do. So their model is developing young football players and essentially selling them for profit. If they can win trophies along the way, they will, but they don't have the infrastructure and the finances to buy an Ahmad, develop him into a star, and then pay the wages somebody of that quality requires to stay there. And when people say like clubs have got to be more ambitious, they can only be as ambitious as their finances will take them. Otherwise, they could go bankrupt. Gio here, hope you're well, brother. He says Gasperini just outclassed Alonso. He taught him a lesson in, I can't pronounce that word.
Calcio. Football, yeah.
Football eyes, is that what that means? Okay, there we go. And he told Alonso to shut up forever. Do you think this is going to damage Husam? Do you think this is going to damage people's view of Alonso? We know how fickle football fans can be. Do you think some people will look at him now and go, oh, maybe I don't want him at the club?
I've seen some frauds in the comment section already talking about, oh my God, Xabi Alonso bottled it and all this. Bro, here's the thing. If this game damages the way that you view Xabi Alonso, then you're just fraudulent and reactionary. The truth is, Bayern Munich have won the league for the last 12 years in a row, like literally. And it took this guy to come stop the Bayern Munich trend. So any guy that stops, a club that's that dominant, same thing happened with Antonio Conte and Inter when he stopped Juventus winning it over and over and over again. When you have that type of like manager that stops like basically essentially the strongest team in the whole thing winning it, you could say even the same thing about Klopp. Jurgen Klopp winning the league over Pep Guardiola. That's why people rate him highly, even though it's one league title, they rate him highly. So you could say the same thing about this Bayern Munich side. Like Bayern Munich is always expected to win the league anyway. I don't think this game should change the way that they view Xabi Alonso. As soon as he lifted that Bundesliga title, that's it. He was successful at Bayer Leverkusen. He done something impossible. He stopped Bayern Munich winning 13 in a row or whatever it is. So for me, I don't think this game would change my opinion on Xabi Alonso, nor should it change anyone's opinion. It's not like he bottled it or anything like that. I think this is part of the learning process that you have to accept with a manager like Xabi Alonso. Yeah. Gasperini has been a coach since Xabi Alonso was a player, from when he first started playing. And today he just outcoached them. And it happens. Yeah. It happens to the best of them.
Yeah. But can I ask you something here? Does that mean experience value a lot in coaching jobs? Like this new upcoming managers, the companies, the Alonso's, the Xavi of Barcelona, Amorim. You think experience weighs a lot?
But of course experience. I think experience matters. If you just keep it in terms of football, it matters at all levels. It's this element of, you look at someone like Saliba, such a talented young centre-back. his pace will get him out of a little bit of trouble, but he'll make mistakes right now that he won't make as regularly at 28, 29 when he's experienced. It's learning. I mean, most players typically hit their best levels between 25 and 30. Why? Because they've got that experience. And the same will happen for managers. He'll probably sit down tomorrow with his team, review everything, and then start saying, oh, look, we could have done this. And it's learning how to do it in real time. And I was liking it to driving. Whenever you pass your driving test, you're probably at that point the best technical driver you'll ever be in terms of no bad habits. But the one thing you haven't learned yet is how to read the road and anticipate. And as you get more experience, you look at the car in front, but often when you're on the freeway or the motorway, you're looking 7, 8, 9, 10 cars in front, and you learn what to read. You see things happening. That just comes with experience and know-how. So I think it is an important part. Anyone who, listen, Alonso's going to lose more finals in the future and he's going to win some. The word bottle is so overly thrown around. I don't think they bottled it today. I think they were outclassed. I think they got battered.
Terry, imagine you were doing the football terrace in 0405.
Yeah, one sec. But Atalanta were just phenomenal.
They were.
But 0405, what we talking about in 0405?
Imagine you were doing the football terrace in 0405. Hamza came here. Maldini is a bottle job. Nesta's a bottle job.
But this is also it. It's like I get there's banter involved. You can't go invincible in your league campaign and at the same time be called a bottle job. It's absolutely ridiculous. We used to reserve the word bottle job managers for someone like Poch, who every time he got to a semi-final or a final was in a title race, he lost it. You can't start using the term for every manager, even one who's made history this season. It loses it. Otherwise, what happens is why you can't tell people, Terry, what is good and bad banter. But if we start bantering everyone, it waters down the good banter. It messes it up. You've got to get it right. This super chat here says Leverkusen will get slapped up in the Champions League next season with that defense. The unbeaten hype comes to an end against a 5th place team in Serie A. Got outplayed.
Yeah, but once again, I'm going to use my club as an example. Main character syndrome. Your same exact thing can be applied in 0405. Liverpool finished 5th in the Premier League. AC Milan had World XI in their starting 11. No one says this. No one says this about Carlo Ancelotti in 0405 that he's a shit manager just because he lost to Liverpool. Guys, this doesn't change here's the thing. A game on May 22nd does not change August till May. That's the reality.
It doesn't. And on top of that, I mean, they need to improve. There's no doubt about it, like most teams. But when you say it's unbeaten hype, it's not hype. I mean, when people use the word hype now, they typically mean it to imply things are being made to sound better than they really are. The hype is real. What Bayer Leverkusen have done has been sensational. They just were second best tonight because Gasperini and Atalanta were absolutely outstanding. And Lookman probably put the best performance of his career in. If Lookman tonight, if he's shooting tonight with what it's normally been his career, it would have been 0-0 going into extra time. It would be sitting in extra time right now. As good as Atalanta were, there was those moments, and I'm taking nothing away from them, but trying to make it sound like Bayer Leverkusen and Alonso have been overhyped is ridiculous. 51 games unbeaten. They've got a chance of an historic invincible double in their own country. They've broken the stranglehold of a decade or so of Bayern Munich winning the league campaign. They've done it with huge amount of points accumulated. To say it's hype, to imply that it isn't impressive, is disrespectful to the sport of football. Gasperini is now going to be the flavor of the month. That's also true. Olu's right. Yeah. You are now you'll get some Chelsea fans tonight writing up their tweets going, well, you should look at Gasperini. Man United fans, what about Gasperini? But the irony is, 12 months ago, most didn't know who he was. And that's why as well, you can't get carried away. You can't, especially at 60. And listen, very good manager. Very good manager. I'm glad he's won his first trophy. But again, you are right. There'll be. I guarantee you there's stories tomorrow linking him to Man United or Chelsea. I guarantee you some newspaper's going to go with that. They will. They absolutely will.
But he doesn't. He can't. He's not going to get a top job. It's not going to be another Maurizio Sarri to Chelsea thing. It's not. We've seen this movie before. It's not. He's not. I think some people learn. He's not gonna go. I know he's gonna get probably the talk of Italian. He might get linked to Juventus, but he's not gonna get linked to English. But the people in the on Twitter, they're gonna say that, oh, why don't we get this guy? We might win the Champions League next season. Oh, Chelsea, we might win the Europa League or the Conference League next season. It's gonna be a disaster. I've seen this guy in top clubs. He's not it. He's not it.
No, exactly. And he deserves. This is what we've got to learn to do, I think, as people. Praise him, congratulate him, talk about how good the cup run was, speak about how great the final is. Then you leave it there. Then you leave it there at that point. That's all it needs. It doesn't need, oh my God, should United sign him? But by popular demand, we have something to show you all.
Atalanta! Vamos! I said from 2 hours ago from when I went live, give me Atalanta. Guess who got Atalanta? Whoop, whoop. The sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. I don't know why I'm singing that song, but we got Atalanta rigged. We rigged it. We are Liverpool. We rigged draws, baby. Let's go. Bayer Leverkusen. I told man, run me Atalanta. And who did we get? Atalanta. I said from 2 hours ago, Atalanta, and we got them. Alhamdulillah. Husam said Atalanta, we got Atalanta.
Whoop, whoop. It's the sound of the police.
I think
I don't even know why I'm singing the song, bro.
YouTube. I think this is YouTube moment of the season. This
Yeah.
Atalanta. I think so. It's the highlight of the season.
You've done what I call an egoism. That's an egoism. It's beautiful. And not only did they dunk on you, they went on to win the damn thing. It's great. I hope someone's got to show this clip that we just did and actually add it to Atalanta. We need Atalanta to share it. We need Atalanta to share it. We need them to do it. We really do. Gasperini took that Husam click personal. Yeah, can you imagine? He's being interviewed and says, "Yeah, back when the draw for the quarterfinals was done, we saw this Liverpool fan laughing at us, and we used it as motivation." Can you imagine if they use your face as motivation in the dressing room, Husam?
Liverpool fans already hate me, so this is gonna be ultra like I'm gonna get into war with Mbappe.
We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen.
This is Husam. Zabi didn't stop Bayern. Bayern lost 8 matches, 1 versus Leverkusen, came third. It's not like they were second and fighting. 7 other teams defeated them.
Yes, and Bayern Munich have also been defeated before and drawn against before and all of that, and they still ended up league champions. So I'm gonna go with the Honda that beat the Ferrari. Yeah. That's what I'm going with.
Xavi.
Sorry, go on.
No. I was just gonna say Xavi did. By the way, these around the points total Bayern are at right now. They won the league last year, and the league the year before.
And just to add on,
the normal points town.
Bayern has never done invincible season.
Yeah. Xabi Alonso is just doing something incredible in the league that is never been seen in that league. He's doing something incredible. That's why people are thinking, oh my God, Bayern have dropped off. They haven't. They're winning the league by the normal points counts. It's just Bayer Leverkusen have done something incredible. So it's a 90 points or something like that.
Can I add something before we go on? Can I add something for the people that are hating on Leverkusen? By the way, point tally for Leverkusen in a 34 games. If this was a 38 games, they are on for a Centurion season, by the way.
Yeah.
So Bayern were never going to win it.
Yeah,
it was always going to be Liverpool.
On top of that, what happened is this, and this is where like the cat killed curiosity. Up until when they got beat 3-0 by Leverkusen, that was only their 3rd defeat of the season, and that was towards the sort of middle of February. Then what happened is they lost the next game, and what you saw happen is the gap between the two started to become so big that Bayern Munich almost conceded at that point. They just a little bit like what Man City did when Liverpool got so far ahead of them when Liverpool won the league. It was almost like they went, you know what, we can't catch them now, and they just sort of stayed at that level. And they went on to lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games after. They also lost a game before their second leg of the Champions League where they rested loads of players. So again, we need to stop being disingenuous to the facts, in my opinion. That was 16-10 whoop whoop from Husam. I mean, yeah, it's not as embarrassing as telling girls how good looking they are, and the girls just seem like they want to jump out of window.
So now Italy can have. I think Italy will have 6 teams in the Champions League, by the way, next season.
6. will.
breaking news, guys. More breaking news. Thomas Frank has told Chelsea no for their job. He said he's not interested.
This keeps getting funnier and funnier. Guys, wallahi, by the hour, this keeps getting funnier and funnier. Like, this is ridiculous. This situation is amazing.
Chelsea got rejected by Thomas Frank.
Hold on.
Oh my god!
Is that the report, Terry? Like, he rejected them?
It's come from. Well, again, I'm using that word, but it says here Thomas Frank has stated he is not interested in the Chelsea job. That's the same as a rejection. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. They approached him and he told them, no.
He's like,
Keep away from me.
I'm looking for a job,
but keep away. Not you. Not you.
The thing is, I understand. I do understand it. I understand if you're Thomas Frank, you may sit there and go, he might want the job, but he may think, I might go there, and in 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, Chelsea's board change their mind about what they want again, and I'm kicked out. My reputation could be damaged and ruined, and I'm really happy where I am. And I think if he leaves Brentford, he's done a very good job there. It should be for a team and a project that's more stable. I actually think he's right in what he's doing. I really, really do. I think he's absolutely.
What's the saying this? Who said this?
This is, I mean, it's been put out by Chelsea aggregators. It's from Kieran Gill from the Daily Mail, who but he's the Chelsea reporter for the Daily Mail, I believe. Yeah, he follows Chelsea only. So
it's a trusted source. Yeah, we can say that.
I mean, it's the Daily Mail. I mean, they're putting it out there, and you know, Thomas Frank. Yeah, I like Thomas Frank. I think he's quite a good manager, to be honest with you. Again, if we went to Man United, I'd be intrigued by it. I love how people say it's the Daily Mail, though. Yeah, but if the Daily Mail said that you were close to getting Zidane, you'd all go, "Oh my god, I'm so happy." So let's be mindful of that, boys. Look, I want to thank both of you. Hang on a minute, Chelsea might be cooked. They are so crap. Poor Don. Don don't think so.
No, Don can hold that. You should end.
Don can hold that.
Don hold that.
Yes.
It's so funny, man. Listen, guys, this stream is going to take you through to Mo's channel, so go check out his stream that he's about to go live with now. We're back tomorrow with more transfer news, the top 6 show, and much, much more. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again.